Jungkook couldn't hide it. Taehyung was still on his mind during this performance, without any announcement. Without any warning, this moment quietly shook the global scene. Welcome to the effect. Jungkook was present from the first moment to the last, and it was clear throughout how much he missed Taehyung. Their connection was always striking, and this time it was clear once again. Even though Jungkook was in front of the audience, his expression showed that a part of him was still thinking about Taehyung. The love between them is often described as something difficult to encapsulate in a single word, not by exaggerating it, but because it's so obvious that they share memories and customs that bind them together. For many fans, that's what makes their moments meaningful. As Jungkook continued with his performance, there were subtle signs that made it clear Taehyung was very much on his mind. One of those moments came when Jungkook closed his eyes before starting to sing, as if he were hearing a familiar voice. In the original script, it's mentioned that he could already hear Taehyung's voice even before he began, and this was reflected in the calmness of his breathing and how he settled himself. He seemed to be searching for that familiar sound that had always accompanied him in many moments of the past. For his fans, it was a clear sign of how much he missed it. When it came time for Falling and Never Not, the atmosphere changed. These weren't randomly chosen songs. Both are linked to memories that many fans cherish. Falling brings to mind that concert in Los Angeles where Taehyung and Jungkook walked together, held hands and hugged without a care in the world. It was one of those days when they seemed relaxed and comfortable being themselves. That's why hearing Jungkook sing that song made many remember that moment. Never Not also holds a special place, especially because it was part of the only live stream they did together. In that live stream, the way they spoke to each other and looked at each other generated a lot of comments. They repeated simple phrases like "I love you" or "we can't be friends." And although they said it humorously, the trust they shared was evident. It wasn't surprising that after that live stream, they weren't allowed to do another one. Because they revealed a strong bond that many hadn't expected. During their most recent performance, Jungkook didn't just sing those songs. He seemed to relive each memory as he did so. He didn't exaggerate or try to draw attention to himself dramatically. He simply let his voice and expression speak for him. He was direct, natural, and clear, like someone revisiting something important to him. And although he didn't mention Taehyung by name, the connection between them felt just the same. In the end, what Jungkook did was share a piece of those moments that shaped Taekook. He didn't change them or transform them into something new. He simply brought them back calmly, allowing each person to interpret them in their own way. For many young fans who follow their story, these kinds of details are enough to understand how much they miss each other and how much they mean to one another. There was no need for exaggeration here. It was enough to see how Jungkook, without saying it directly, made it clear that Taehyung was still very much present in his heart and memory. Taehyung arrived at TIRTIR's pop-up event in Los Angeles with that quiet aura that always draws attention, even without him trying. The moment he stepped through the entrance, several invited influencers began screaming and crying with excitement at seeing him so close. The reaction quickly spread throughout the venue, and when the doors opened to the general public, the line was still long despite a heavy rain that didn't deter anyone. People had been waiting for a while just to see him for a moment, and that atmosphere made it clear how much he means to everyone. Even so, Taehyung remained calm and kind, greeting everyone with a smile that made many forget the bad weather completely. But what came next was even more striking. Taehyung has always displayed an honest and down-to-earth personality, something the public immediately notices. He works on every project with genuine dedication, without any pretense, and that comes through in all his campaigns. His actions convey something authentic, which makes many young people see him as a relatable and achievable role model. When he walks through the crowd, the way he listens and responds leaves a warm feeling that touches those who encounter him. And although he doesn't mention it, his presence has a special effect on everyone, including Jungkook, who tends to light up when they're in the same place. That connection, so natural and quiet, always sparks curiosity among their fans. Rolling Stone published an article about Taehyung's visit to the event, highlighting a brief comment he made upon arrival. He said he was excited to see the place and that, having visited Los Angeles several times recently, he was already starting to feel at home. He said it with a gentle smile that showed how comfortable he was, even amidst all the shouting and cameras. That small detail became one of the most talked about topics of the day because it showed how relaxed he felt in such a bustling environment. The brand later explained that Taehyung will be part of its new campaign, Your Tone, Our Standard, presented through the concept V&Tu. Although no further details were provided, the overall idea of the project aims to be inclusive, making it clear that Taehyung will be a key figure in bringing the message to life. His participation generated immediate enthusiasm, as many feel he embodies that blend of naturalness and approachability that fits perfectly with any concept seeking to connect with people. Fans discussed how much they were looking forward to seeing the full campaign, and several mentioned that Jungkook would surely be proud to see him shine in another important project. These comments showed how the two continue to be a duo that the public wants to see grow, each in their own style, but always inspiring others with their personalities. The event ended with a gentle and joyful energy. Although it lasted only a few hours, it left a strong impression on those who attended. Taehyung left just as he arrived, calm, attentive, and with a genuine smile. His presence, combined with the affection of the audience and the excitement surrounding his new campaign, transformed a simple event into something unforgettable. For those who follow the connection between him and Jungkook, this day added another meaningful moment to their story. Even without sharing the stage, the way Jungkook and Taehyung interact never goes unnoticed. There are no forced gestures, everything feels natural. Their connection is evident in every glance, every small movement, and every shared silence. It's unique, genuine, and quietly powerful. Jungkook didn't invent anything new. He simply brought back moments that already existed, letting viewers interpret them freely. For fans, especially younger ones, these subtle details are enough to understand how much they mean to each other. Without saying it directly, Jungkook made it clear that Taehyung remains present in his heart and memory.